The Pizza Plex in Security Breach is a pretty big location. It has multiple floors with unlockable areas depending on how you play the game. Now, it is no Willamette Mall from Dead Rising, but it does have spots and sections that can easily be missed or rushed through. Later in the game, when trying to acquire the level 4 security badge, you end up entering, in my opinion, one of the hardest sections of the game, was referred to as the warehouse area. This is where Gregory first encounters Endos without shells on, and must make his way to the warehouse security office. What is this place? Why are there panels that seem to be training the Endos how to act? I believe this is a type of rehabilitation clinic for animatronics that are acting up, and a training area for new animatronics to join the FNAF family. With the release of Help Wanted 2 and a minigame being in this exact same section, I felt like a solid foundation was being formed of what the warehouse was truly meant for. Let's begin. At 3 AM, Gregory makes his way below the stage. You need to get into parts and services, but first you need to acquire another security badge. You end up in an area with a series of corridors that seem to have a type of approved behavior training on the walls. The first approved behavior panel: help a child with a skinned knee. Take note that it has a purple cross through the checkmark as if to say, ignore this approved behavior. Second approved behavior panel: give a balloon to a child. This one is not crossed out and also has a father figure right behind her. Notice his blue hat. Not much further down the hall, there's a bunch of these hats on a shelf. Was a staff bot or Endo wearing these hats to play the father part when training or rehabilitating? They are also quite similar to the blue hard hats you occasionally see in Ruin. Could it be these panels could be preparing the Endos to not help Gregory with the events of Security Breach, and prepping them for Cassie to return? Let's continue. Panel number 3 is a disproved behavior. Do not attack the adult figure with the blue hat. This very well could be instructing the Endos not to attack the Fazbear technicians who are working in the area. To them, they are wearing this blue hat, just your stereotypical dad, but in reality, it could be a hard hat. Panel 4, approved behavior. Give cake to child. Look how happy they are. Take note how there is a bot with a cake next to this panel with its head removed. Panel 5, do not ruin the child's cake. That's not very nice. This is yet another panel that has a purple cross through it. So far, let's call it the Afton influence, is saying, no, it's okay not to help children and cause chaos. Next to this panel is yet another wrecked staff bot. Panel 6 is past several images of moon and even hanging stars. Truly a room meant for nap time. It's also interesting the choice of lighting in this area. Purple. Do not disturb child in bed. There is a giant gash across the entire panel. When you enter, there are also several scratch marks on the wall, as if an animatronic was still in a negative, non-Faz friendly state when brought into this room. A golden present lies on the ground, and what's inside? A nightmare plush. This would make sense finding this here because it connects back to a theory we touched on about how Nightmare Plush represents Afton, which also represents Moon and the negative side of our mind. It's also interesting how just outside this room is yet another birthday cake, this one toppled over and almost entirely eaten. A staff bot is destroyed right behind it, covered in icing, as if it was trying to give the cake and ended up getting mauled. Could the idea of a birthday try to help keep Endos in a state of bliss, making them more friendly and easier to control? Panel 7. The family is all together. This panel was the dead giveaway that Glitchtrap had influence in this area. His outline was sprayed in the background with the very wave we got from him in the first Help Wanted. Trust the Endo with bunny ears. The security room you need to reach is behind this panel, which is literally the same room we are in during the Endo Warehouse minigame in Help Wanted 2. You can even look to the right and see the Happy Afton family panel. This is where you educate the Endos to become new members of the FNAF family. Sun and Moon. In the simplest terms, Sun represents day and playtime, while Moon represents night and nap time. When it comes to personalities, they are the perfect parallel to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But that is a theory for another day. What I find quite interesting is down in the warehouse/training/rehabilitation area, you only ever see images of Moon. Why would an animatronic need to take a nap and seemingly be forced into the same state with only images of Moon around? The first thing I think of is times when Monty goes berserk and starts destroying things. Maybe the animatronics are put into this type of sleep or safe mode when they are overreacting, transported here, and retrained to help keep control of their AI emotion programming. We never saw our daycare attendant with full control of his emotions until we rebooted him and met Eclipse for the first time.
Happy birthday!
Same thing could be said with Roxy when her confidence and self-esteem really tanks. It's nap time. On the subject of human personality traits in AI, this could also explain why we get an angry Monty and narcissistic Roxy.
Your performance was perfect tonight. Thank you. Your hair is beautiful. Your tail is beautiful.
These newer characters could be Fazbear Entertainment messing around with implementing human personality traits into their AI. It could be sometimes the programming doesn't know how to process emotions properly, so they freak out and act erratically. Outside influences could also trigger these outbreaks. Another interesting observation in the warehouse area is the lack of Roxy and Monty images as well. You only see Freddy and Chica around most of these narrow corridors. Maybe even the images of a character can start influencing the programming of an animatronic. That is why they completely keep Roxy, Monty, and Sun away from this area. The only time you see an image of Roxy and Monty is in the security room/training room, which would make sense because this is where they are trying to incorporate some personality into the endos. Why was Afton/Glitchtrap trying to influence the training here? If you have stuck with us through all of our videos so far, I've been leading to a major theory arc. What if Afton was trying to complete his family again with Gregory and Cassie? If you liked our video, please give a like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Hope everyone has a great day. You are all awesome. Bye!